Welcome to online session. Today we are going to study Science of 7th Standard NCERT, chapter number 12, Reproduction in Plants. Now in this chapter we are going to cover, these are the points, that is first one, modes of reproduction, sexual reproduction, fruits and seed formation, and last, seed dispersal. So we are going to cover these points in this session. But before starting the session, let us understand the term reproduction. Now what is the meaning of production, reproduction? So we can say that the production of new individual from their parent is called reproduction. Okay? The formation, we can say that new individuals grown up or a form from a parent are known as reproduction. So we can say that to produce its own kind, to produce its own kind is a characteristic of all living organism, isn't it? आपने देखा होगा, okay? Cow babies, goat babies, isn't it? So all, to produce its own kind is just a phenomenon of every living organism. Reproduction is the production of new individual from their parent is known as a reproduction. Okay. Now let us understand the modes of reproduction. Okay. In class 6 you have learnt about the different parts of a flowering part. Isn't it? You have learnt about it, different parts of a flowering part. For example, roots, stems, leaves, isn't it? So most plants have roots, stem, leaves. These are called vegetative parts. Okay, roots, stems, leaves are known as a vegetative part as it grows from that. So after a certain period of growth, most plants bear flowers, isn't it? So many a time you have noticed in the season of a mango, isn't it? When the mango bears the fruits, before that it's a small flower. When season falls, then it bears a fruit of a mango, isn't it? So it is a flower that gives rise to a juicy mango fruit. So we enjoy in summer, isn't it? We eat the fruits and usually discard the seed. We had noticed, many times we eat the fruits and discard the seeds. Various seeds like a custard apple, isn't it? Small seeds. Okay. So even the jujube, amla, we eat. We discard the seeds. So we eat the fruits and usually discard the seeds. So what does these seeds happen? Seeds germinate and forms the new plant. Seed वो germinate होता है और उसी seed से वो अपनी individual produce करता है, new plant. So what is the function of a flower in plants? Are you knowing? What is the function? So the flowers perform the function of reproduction in plants. आपने देखा होगा, isn't it? When the flowers, before that it's in a bud stage, okay, and then slowly grows in a flower. So flowers are the reproductive parts. So there are several ways by which the plants produce their offspring. There are various ways when it reproduces its offspring. These are categorized into two: asexual and sexual reproduction. So the modes of reproduction are asexual reproduction and second one, that is a sexual reproduction, isn't it? So these are the two modes, isn't it? So what about in asexual reproduction, plants give rise to a new plant without seed. So ye in what? In asexual, what happens? So plants give rise to a new plants without seed. So we can say without seed, isn't it? It forms, isn't it? For example, a rose. If you try to cut the stem and grow in another pot, that rose plant grows up, isn't it? It does not need a seed. So plants can give rise to a new plants without seeds, in which reproduction asexual reproduction. In the same way, plants without seed are in sexual reproduction. So we can say without, with, okay, in asexual, sexual, where without seeds, whereas in sexual reproduction new plants are obtained from seeds. With the help of a seeds, the sexual reproduction takes place, and without the seeds, the asexual reproduction takes place. Now here in our textbook, Pehli thought, we all know Pehel and Bujo are two friends which always interact in our textbook. So Pehli's thought that new plants always grow from the seed. She find that the new plants always grows from a seed, but she has never seen the seeds of sugarcane, potato and rose. She wants to know that how these plants reproduce. She never seen the seeds, isn't it, of sugarcane, potato and rose, how these come out, how these reproduce. So in this we can say new plants are obtained without the production of seed in asexual, but about this potato, sugarcane and rose, we can say it is a vegetative, its parts, isn't it? So let's move about vegetative propagation. So what is this vegetative propagation? It is a type of asexual reproduction in which new plants are produced from roots, stems, leaves and buds. So we can say in asexual reproduction, we can say that here I will write vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. Here what? It is a type of a sexual reproduction in which new plants are produced from roots, stems and leaves and the buds. Since its production is through the vegetative parts, आपने देखा होगा ना, sugar cane, potato, it's are just adventitious roots which grows up and becomes a juicy, isn't it? Sugar cane, adventitious roots, आपने देखा होगा कि sugar cane plant है वो ऐसे होगा, isn't it? Small sections and that roots and dates, eye portions, and these are just adventitious roots, isn't it? And which comes up in the juicy fruit. So it is a vegetative propagation through which it reproduces. So this is known about a vegetative propagation. In our textbook 12.1, it is an activity given about a rose plant or champa plant with a node, or you can also do a cutting, piece of branch cutting, stem cutting, isn't it? So you will notice if you cut the stem of a rose plant or a champa plant and just transfer or grow into another pot, okay, another place, so it will starts coming. You will look at the picture also, that stump cutting of a road bud in exile, which nodes are comes out. In the same way, activity 12.2 is about the potato plant sprouting from the eyes. Have you noticed that potato plant, it is a roughly uneven, isn't it? Small eyes are there, isn't it? So what happens? It's germinate from that. It is a vegetative propagation. Look at the, you can also look in the picture from the textbook, that observe the scars on it with the help of a magnifying lens. If you are having magnifying lens at your place, okay, available easily, you can just not, you will see a small green pigments or dots, isn't it? It will sprout, it's germinate, it's green. Okay, so likewise grow in the same way with the ginger. Nowadays gingers are coming, isn't it? So you can easily notice in that also ginger and turmeric. So this is about the potato, which are the eye. The scars are also called eyes. So what happens if you cut the potato from the eyes, or you just discard the eyes? It will grow up. So the next about the bryophyllum, that is a sprout leaf plant, has buds in the margin of the leaves. If the leaf of this plant falls on a moist soil, each bud can give rise to a new individual plant. अगर आप bryophyllum plant का leaf लोगे तो देखोगे कि उसके margin है, the plant on the margin on the leaf, and if this falls on a moist soil, उसको moist वाली soil मिल गई और वो गिर गया, okay, then when what happens? It will germinate. The buds can give rise to a new individual. So the roots of some plants can also give rise to a new plants, isn't it? Rise to a new plants. So this way sweet potato and dahlia are the examples of it. So plants such as cacti, आपने देखा होगा cacti plant, okay, produce new plant from their parts to get detached from the main plant body. वो अपने main body plant से वो detach होके अपना दूसरा production करता है. Each detached part can grow into new plant. वो new individual अपना grow कर लेता है. Okay, so बुझो understand about the पहली understand about this old vegetative propagations, isn't it, that which is a part. So बुझो wants to know if there is any advantage of vegetative propagation. इसका क्या फायदा है vegetative propagation का. So the very first advantage, that plants produced by vegetative propagation takes less time to grow and bear flowers and fruits as earlier those produced from the seeds. जो सीड्स के साथ ग्रो होते हैं उससे ज़्यादा, उससे कम टाइम ये वेजिटेटिव प्रोपोगेशन लेता है ग्रो करने के लिए, इजंट इट, वो इंडिविजुअल ग्रो करने के लिए लेस टेक्स लेस टाइम. द सेकेंड थिंग ऑल्सो, द न्यू प्लांट्स are exact copies of a parent plant, isn't it. New plants, if you try, okay, if you try to, you can also try that rose plant, we're cutting a stem and you just grow in another pot, okay, so you can find in after some days it's a grow from their individual, from the exact copies from that parent, and that so as they produce from a single parents, okay. So this is about the vegetative propagation in which we had understand. Now let us understand its various modes. So let us understand the methods of asexual reproduction. The very first is given in our textbook is about budding. Now what is this budding? Let us understand this, okay. So you had already learned that about the tiny organism like yeast. In chapter 10 we had understood about the yeast, na? That it is such an organism which does not require oxygen to survive, isn't it. So which is always generally seen under a microscope. So these grow and multiply every few hours if sufficient nutrients are made available to them. वो उसको अगर sufficient और required nutrition उसको मिल जाता है ना तो वो speedily grow up हो जाता है, okay. So what happens, that yeast is a single cell organism, so if its nutrients are provided they get start multiplying, okay. Look at the picture, you can also see in the textbook that the small bulb like projections coming out from the yeast, you can see that is a yeast which is developed into a bud, then new bud and a chainsaw form in a yeast cell. So the small bulb like projections coming out from the yeast cell which is called a bud, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, bud. Now what this bud does, the bud gradually grows and gets detached from the parent cell. वो ग्रो हो जाता है जब तो वो पेरेंट सेल से वो डिटेच अलग पड़ जाता है, डिटेच फ्रॉम द पेरेंट सेल एंड फॉर्म्स अ न्यू यीस्ट सेल. वो फिर वापस नया यीस्ट सेल अपना बना लेता है. सो द न्यू यीस्ट सेल ग्रोज, मैच्योर्स एंड प्रोड्यूस अ मोर यीस्ट सेल. तो इसी तरह से वो पेरेंट सेल से वो अलग होके न्यू बन जाता है, फिर वापस वो अलग होके पेरेंट सेल से वो न्यू बन जाता है. इन दिस वे द फॉर्मेशन गोज ऑन कंटिन्यूअसली. सो इट्स अ फॉर्मिंग अ चेन of buds. If this process continues, a large number of yeast cells are produced in a very short period of time. So this is about the yeast which we can say a budding. Example, yeast, that is a chain, okay, which grows, bud, developing bud, new yeast cell and individual detach, isn't it. The next, let us understand the next method, that is a fragmentation. What is that? That is a fragmentation. Now what is this in this method? You might have seen the slimy green patches in ponds known as algae, isn't it? आपने देखा होगा पानी में. That is in generally in stagnant waters, okay, that are called alga. Now when water and nutrients are available to alga, as it is lives in a water, so it generally found water and nutrients from that stagnant water bodies or where it lives, isn't it. Water and nutrients are available to alga, then it grows and multiply rapidly by the fragmentation. वो alga फ्रेगमेंटेशन की मदद से मेथड से वो रैपिडली ग्रो होता है when it is easily available water and nutrients to alga. So what happens, an alga breaks up into the two or more fragments. You can look in the pictures, okay, two or more fragments. Suppose this is a fragment, isn't it? So it's get detached by two, isn't it? So fragments वो हो जाता है fragments में, parts में. So these fragments or pieces grow into new individuals. So this process continues and they cover a large area in a short period of time. ये पूरी process ऐसी चलती ही रहती है, isn't it? आप देखते ही जाओगे तो in very short period of time it covers a huge places. So we can say example is a alga, isn't it, of a fragmentation. So next method is a spore formation, that is a spore formation. Now let's see what about this. We are seeing that fungus are generally in a air, active word, isn't it? So in chapter 1 you had learned that fungi on a bread piece grows from spore which are present in air. Air में fungus होता ही है generally, isn't it? So what happens when the spore are released, they keep floating in the air. जब वो स्पोर रिलीज हो जाता है तो वो एयर में फ्लोट करता है, वेव कर लेता है, isn't it? Generally you had noticed in the cotton, in waste or cottons, small fungi spores are there, or you can also notice in the rotis or braids, isn't it? So when the spores are released, they keep floating in the air. You can also look in the picture that from the hypha, a sporangium, and the spores are released. So the reproduction through the spore formation in a form you can easily see in the picture also. So what happened, as they are very light, they cover a long distance. वो weight में light होता है, हल्का होता है, so it easily floats in the air, so it covers a large distance. So spores are asexual reproductive body. So each spore is covered by a hard protective cover. हर कोई स्पोर होता है ना, वो हार्ड प्रोटेक्टिव कवर से वो कोट होता है. क्यों? Because to withstand unfavorable conditions such as high temperature and low humidity, वो उसको बेयर कर सके, वो उसके सामने वो खड़ा हो सके, इसे withstand कर सके. To under the unfavorable conditions such as high temperature and low humidity, so they can survive for a long time. उसको यही चाहिए होता है तो वो survive long time तक कर सके. So under favorable condition, अब उसको favorable condition मिलती है तो वो क्या करता है? What happens under a favorable, if a favorable condition is provided to a spore? So under a favorable conditions, a spore germinates and develop into a new individual. वो germinate होता है और individual में develop होता है. Again reproduction from the parent. So plants such as moss and ferns, आपने देखा होगा, also reproduce by means of spores. Okay, so we can say example ferns, moss, isn't it? And there are more. This is about the spore formation, and the next which already studied about the vegetative propagation, that from the vegetative parts the plants grow up. We had to understand through the structure of potato sprouting eyes, sugarcane, rose, isn't it? Now after understanding the asexual reproduction, let's start with the sexual reproduction. Now what is the sexual reproduction? A new plants are obtained from seeds. Seeds के बगैर वो नहीं होता है. Without a seeds is a asexual reproduction, but with the help of a seeds, new plants grow, are known as sexual reproduction. Isn't it? You had understand that the flowers are the reproductive parts of a plant, isn't it? We understand. So what happens? Stamens are the male reproductive part and pistil is a female reproductive part. So in flower, okay, in flower, what is stamen? What is stamen? Male reproductive part. And pistil pistil is a female reproductive part. Okay, isn't it? Stamen and pistil, male and female reproductive part, isn't it? So flowers which contains either only pistil or only stamen, कोई भी फ्लावर उसमें या स्टेमन हो या पिस्टिल हो, ओनली स्टेमन और पिस्टिल आर कॉल्ड यूनिसेक्सुअल फ्लावर्स. तो वी कैन से यूनिसेक्सुअल, that is either pistil or only stamen. Either pistil or only stamen are unisexual flower, isn't it? And the flowers which contain both stamen as well as pistil are called bisexual. Okay, bisexual flower in which both stamen as well as pistil is required, isn't it? It's known as a bisexual flower. In unisexual flower, either pistil or only stamen. In bisexual, both stamen and pistil occurs. So we can say that corn, papaya and cucumber produce unisexual. So example we can say corn, papaya, isn't it? Or comes in this. Corn, papaya and cucumber produce unisexual flowers, whereas mustard, rose and spatula, we can say mustard, rose, isn't it, are bisexual flowers. So these both male and female unisexual flower may be present in the same plant or else in the different plants. ये हो सकता है ना कि वो सेम प्लांट में भी हो और डिफरेंट प्लांट्स में भी हो. So we can easily identify the anther with the help of a magnifying glass. So anther, what is this anther? You can see from the textbook or picture given on that, stamen and pistils, and in stamen anther with a long and tube filament, and pistil, okay, stigma, style, ovary, ovule, that is eggs, are in the pistils. So anther, now what is this anther? What contains? Anther contains pollen grains which produce male gametes. Okay, anther contains pollen grains which produce male gametes, and a pistil contains or consists of stigma, style, ovary. Now ovary contains one or more ovules, we can say eggs. So the female gametes or the egg is formed in an ovule, वो ovule में बनता है female gametes, isn't it? So in sexual reproduction, okay, male and female gamete fuse to form a zygote. Okay, वो fuse होता है, fuse, zygote to form, fuse to form zygote, isn't it? Female gametes fuse to form zygote. Don't be confused. Zygote, isn't it? So this is about the sexual reproduction, in which unisexual, bisexual, and every flower has a stamen, pistil, that is a stamen is a male reproductive part and pistil is a female reproductive part. In unisexual flower, either pistil or stamen are there only one. So we can say unisexual एक ही होता है. Example is corn, papaya, cucumber, isn't it? And bisexual, both stamen and pistil contains presence are called as bisexual flower. Example mustard, rose, etc. So this is about it. Now Bujo wants to know how the male gametes in the pollen grains reaches in the female gametes present in the ovules. वो कैसे पहुँच जाते हैं? Now let's move towards the next topic, that is a pollination. Now let us understand about pollination. What is it? The transfer of pollen from anther to stigma of a flower. The transfer of pollen, isn't it? Transfer of pollens आपने देखा होगा flowers पे होता है. The transfer of pollens from the anther to stigma of a flower is known as pollination. The transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma of a flower is called a pollination. Now, what is pollen? I said na, transfer of pollens. Now, generally pollens have pollen grains have through tough protective layers. उसको protective cover tough होता है, which prevents them from drying up. वो उसको drying होने से बचाता है क्योंकि उसका layer इसीलिए वो hard होता है, protective होता है, tough होता है. Now, since the pollen grains are light, they can be carried by wind or water. Pollen grains light होता है, so that can be easily carried by wind or water. So insects visit flowers and carry away pollens on their body. वो light in weight होता है, so insect easily transfers, carry over their body. Now some of the pollens lands on the stigma of a flower of the same kind, isn't it? Some of the pollens can sit on the same kind of flower. So there are two types of pollination, self-pollination and cross-pollination. Now what is this? If the pollen lands on stigma of a same flower or another flower of a same plant, एक ही प्लांट के दो अलग अलग फ्लावर पे या एक ही फ्लावर पे वो बैठता है, इफ द पोलन लैंड्स इट इज कॉल्ड अ सेल्फ पोलिनेशन, बिकॉज उसने एक ही प्लांट यूज किया, एक ही फ्लावर का यूज किया है. नाउ व्हेन द पोलन ऑफ अ फ्लावर लैंड्स ऑन स्टिग्मा ऑफ अ फ्लावर ऑफ अ डिफरेंट प्लांट ऑफ द सेम काइंड, इट इज कॉल्ड अ क्रॉस पोलिनेशन. एक ही काइंड के प्लांट में दूसरे बार वो स्टिग्मा बैठता है, दैट इट इज कॉल्ड अ cross pollination. You can see picture on the screen also. So this is about the pollinations. Now Bujo got this answer, that Bujo are curious, that he wants to know that why the flowers are generally so colorful and fragrant. It is to attract insect. Yes, because insect visit flowers and carry away pollens on their body, so it attracts by that fragment. Okay, fragments वो attract होता है instead, and the pollination occurs, self pollination and cross pollination. What is fertilization? Isn't it? In this terminology, plants fertilization, the process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. Okay, वो fusion होता है male and female gametes is called fertilization. Now that's produce, the zygote develops into an embryo. So we can say the cell which results after fusion of male gametes is called a zygote. हमने अपनी देखा था, isn't it? So the process of fusion of male and female gametes to form a zygote is a fertilization. Even you can look at the picture also, that pollen grains germinated, pollen tubes, that is a zygote form, in that zygote formation, and ovum, that is an egg, is produced, isn't it? So this is about the fertilization, and we can also understand that the zygote develops into an embryo. Okay, now what happens after fertilization in plants? After fertilization, ovaries grows into a fruit. वो fruit में ovaries बन जाती है. We can say a ripened ovary, and seeds develop from the ovules. तो जो seeds है वो ovules बन जाता है, develop होता है उसमें से, isn't it? So the seeds contains an embryo enclosed in a protective seed coat. आपने देखा होगा कि seed protective होता है. Example we can say chiku, isn't it? Protective coat. The some fruits are fleshy and juicy, and such as mango and orange, and some fruits are hard like almonds and walnuts, isn't it? Hard protective layer seeds discarded, we can see. Okay, and this is about the fertilization with the formation, the fusion of male and female gametes is called a fertilization to form after fusion the gametes, that we can say a zygote, and further zygotes develop into an embryo. Embryo में zygote develop होता है. Okay, and after fertilization ovaries grows into a ripened fruit. Okay, that is we can say ripened ovary is a fruit, वो ovary fruit बन जाता है. And seeds develop from the ovules, so वो ovules से वो seeds hard protective coat or a layer. What is fertilization? Isn't it? In this terminology, plants fertilization, the process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. Okay, वो fusion होता है male and female gametes is called fertilization. Now that's produce the zygote develops into an embryo. So we can say the cell which results after fusion of male gametes is called a zygote. हमने अपनी देखा था, isn't it? So the process of fusion of male and female gametes to form a zygote is a fertilization. Even you can look at the picture also, that pollen grains germinated, pollen tubes, that is a zygote form. In that zygote formation and ovum, that is an egg is produced, isn't it? So this is about the fertilization, and we can also understand that the zygote develops into an embryo. Okay, now what happens after fertilization in plants? After fertilization ovaries grows into a fruit. वो fruit में ovaries बन जाती है. We can say a ripened ovary, and seeds develop from the ovules. तो जो seeds है वो ovules बन जाता है, develop होता है उसमें से, isn't it? So the seeds contains an embryo enclosed in a protective seed coat. आपने देखा होगा कि seed protective होता है. Example we can say chiku, isn't it? Protective coat. Some fruits are fleshy and juicy, and such as mango and orange, and some fruits are hard like almonds and walnuts, isn't it? Hard protective layer seeds discarded, we can see. Okay, and this is about the fertilization with the formation, the fusion of male and female gametes is called a fertilization to form after fusion the gametes, that we can say a zygote, and further zygotes develop into an embryo. Embryo में zygote develop होता है. Okay, and after fertilization ovaries grows into a ripened fruit. Okay, that is we can say ripened ovary is a fruit, वो ovary fruit बन जाता है. And seeds develop from the ovules, so वो ovules से वो seeds hard protective coat or a layer. This chapter reproduction in plants, today we understand the reproduction, the modes of reproduction, the sexual and sexual modes, and also we had understand about the asexual different methods, that budding, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation. Okay, we understand in sexual reproduction, we understand about the plants are brought up or obtained with the help of seeds, isn't it? There we had understand the unisexual flower and bisexual flower, stamen, pistil, male gametes and female gametes, female reproductive and male reproductive. Also we had understand the pollination, in which we had understand the self pollination and cross pollination. We also understand the fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes to form a zygote, and we also understand that the fruits and seeds are formed, that ovary and ovules, isn't it? Ripened ovary, that is a fruit, and ovules are a seeds. Also we had understand the seed dispersal by the various factors, by the wind, water, animals, and by bursting. So in this chapter we understand about the reproduction in plant. I hope you understand this chapter. Thank you very much.